Hey guys, welcome back to The Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I want to share with you the books that I'm planning on reading in July. So this year I have been doing monthly TBRs for the first time. I used to never do TBRs, and then last year I did quarterly TBRs, and those didn't really work for me. And then this year I've been doing monthly TBRs, and those have been working really well. So who knew? But I try to keep my TBRs pretty minimal. I like to leave wiggle room because I am definitely still a mood reader, but I find that this helps keep me on track for certain goals that I have, and certain books that I know I definitely want to get to, things like that. And so these are the books. Some of them I will definitely be getting to. Some of them are more kind of up in the air, general things. But just kind of wanted to share with you my plans for July. The first solid set in stone plan I have for July is to start probably the longest book I will ever read in my life, and that is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I am planning on participating in the Les Miserables read-along that is being hosted by Naomi's Bookshelf and Victoria over at A Musical Bookworm, as well as multiple other hosts. I will link their announcement video of the read-along down below, but they are taking July, August, and part of September to read through this, and so I am planning on reading through this as well. I will more than likely be consuming this via audiobook, just because I don't read a lot of classics, and I don't read a lot of big books, and so this is kind of really out of my wheelhouse, but I do really enjoy the musical of Les Miserables, and so I definitely wanted to read the book. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We're at least going to try to start it this month and kind of see where it goes from there. But I feel like participating in the read along will be really good as far as, just kind of keeping me accountable for moving along with this. But that is my number one priority of the month. And then after that, the thing that I am planning on reading for Chantel at An Intentional Life does a Read Your Bookshelf challenge. And for July, her challenge is to read a book whose title starts with the first letter of your first name or something along those lines. In my journal, I wrote down read a book that starts with an A. I'm pretty sure that was the prompt though. And so for that, I'm planning on starting my continuation of reading through the Artemis Fowl series. This was one of my annual goals that I have not made any progress in, but book 2 is the Arctic Incident, and so I figured that starts with an A. We're not counting the word the because we're just not. And so I'm planning on reading this, and then if I can continue, I also have the Eternity Code as well as the Lost Colony and the Opal Deception. These are the ones that I own, and so I will try to get through as many of these as I can this month. We'll see. We'll see how far I get, but that's the game plan. I am also planning on finishing out my reread of the Shadow and Bone Grishaverse trilogy. I have been buddy reading this with Krista from Books and Jams, Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, and Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. And we read through Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm in June, and so we're on to Ruin and Rising. So I am planning on reading this during the month of July as well, and I'm excited to finish up that reread because it has been a ton of fun. And then outside of that, I have a few of my annual goals that I haven't made a lot of progress in that I kind of need to be making progress in. One of that is that I had picked out 10 books to read during the year this year, and I've read 5 of them so far, so I'm doing pretty good, but I want to make sure that I keep chugging along with that, and so I picked out one to read during the month of July, and so I picked out The Mermaid by Christina Henry. This is one that I cover bought many, many years ago and never read. So it's about time, and I picked this one because it seems the most summery and fun and reminded me of July, so we'll see. I know this has to do with P.T. Barnum and the circus and a mermaid, and the main character's name is Amelia, so that's really all I know. And then the other annual goal that I have not made any progress in this year is to read 5 thrillers, and I have not read any, so I would like to read a thriller during the month of July as well. I don't know which one it'll be. I haven't gotten that far yet. I have a couple that are kind of on my radar. So the game plan is to just pick one of them and read it during July. So that's my TBR for July. I want to read a thriller, The Mermaid, Ruin and Rising, Les Miserables, and as much Artemis Fowl as I can. That's the game plan. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I may totally just derail outside of Les Miserables. All of this is kind of up in the air, but Les Miserables will definitely be getting done because I'm reading it with a group, as well as Ruin and Rising will probably be getting done as well. But yeah, that's my TBR for July. So if you've read any of these, as always, I would love to hear your comments about that. Are you planning on participating in the Les Miserables read-along? Let me know that as well. And yeah, other than that, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.